key and we're low key. So today we're going to talk about what it means to have a better attitude. Like, what does that mean? What does that look like? And having a better attitude, first of all, having an attitude, period, it's not a bad thing, but you define what it is. So your attitude is not just like, because most of the time people think that when you say you have an attitude, that is a negative thing. It's not necessarily a negative thing, because the way that you present yourself and how you talk and your demeanor, that is your attitude, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but you define it between good and bad. So if you have a bad attitude, or your attitude is not so good, or because we all go through things and we have thoughts, and those thoughts produce those actions, and it needs you to be able to express it. So whenever you have those thoughts and you have a bad attitude, that means that your thoughts are, you're just expressing how you feel about you.
Yeah.
That's number one. That's first. And when you express how you feel about you first, then you project that off on other people and you express how you feel about them. So having a better attitude is changing your thought process. It all goes back to your mind and how you think and what you accept and what you allow into your subconscious, into your being, into your energy, whatever you allow. So when we say having a better attitude, that means finding out what is the root cause of what's going on. What is the root cause of my attitude and how I feel about myself right now? Like, does it have anything to do with some decision I made? Does it have anything to do with something someone said to me that triggered something? What does it have to do with? And you find the root cause of it, and you work to make it better. You change it. You change the dynamic of your thinking. That way, when you do interact with people, you can have a better attitude. And then, because like if you have a good upbeat spirit and you go into the vicinity of somebody else, and they are naturally going to bring themselves up if they're down.
Yeah, that's right.
So you naturally adjust. So if you go and walk into the room and somebody is having a bad day, or you it don't feel right. Like, what is wrong with her? What is wrong with him?
You can feel the energy.
Like, what in the world is wrong? And you start trying, and then you adjust. So before you walked into that room, you were having a good time. You were happy about whatever just happened. You're happy about life. You're excited to be here another day, to be able to do the things that you want to do, at least work towards it. And then all of a sudden you go into that room and it's like, ugh, like that energy right there, no.
Bad vibe.
Yeah. And then it becomes a chain reaction. Next thing you know, you're feeling some kind of way, because then you start to think about all the things that's wrong in your life. So it's natural. It's a natural thing to have an attitude, guys. You don't have to have a bad attitude and call that an attitude. That's not the attitude of all attitudes. Your attitude is how you feel about yourself and how you project that off on other people.
It could be either or.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Normally when you give eye contact, say if you feel negative energy coming off somebody, you give it eye contact, it's like you entering into their reality. So you opening yourself up for a negative vibrational attack from that other person. And subconsciously, like, you feel it because you entered their world.
Mm.
So instead of doing that, you want to stay in your own world, and hopefully your positive vibration and your attitude, maybe some of that will rub off on it. If not, okay, but it's not worth you losing your vibrational frequency at the cost of somebody else. Because a lot of times, if somebody vibrates negatively and they see that they bring the whole room down, that'll raise their frequency a little bit. Because it's like they push some of that negative shit off on everybody else. So you just, sometimes you just dealing with negative assholes. You know what I'm saying? Your attitude, if you're dealing with a bad attitude, you want to like, you know, everybody's attitudes go up and down based on whatever, you know, but the best way to combat it is gratitude. You got attitude, and then gratitude is like the cure. You know what I'm saying? For whatever attitude you present.
I agree.
So we know that attitude comes from what you're thinking, what's on your mind. We also know that you can't hold on to two thoughts at one time, especially on two different ends of the spectrum. So if you replace whatever negative thoughts you got running with thoughts of gratitude, that'll instantaneously raise your vibration. You know?
Absolutely.
At least for the time being. Now you still want to deal with reality, but you operating negatively and not solution based is never a cure to the problem. Like, it just perpetuates more of the same. So if you carry in that frequency, like, then you get used to carrying that frequency and used to carrying that frequency. Next thing you know, that's how you waking up. That's how you moving. That's the energy you putting off on others. So, you know, you want to stay always in gratitude. Before you go to bed, you want to be in gratitude. But when you wake up, you want to be in gratitude. You want to make sure, no matter what's going on, that it's always something to pull from. Not even like it could be worse. Like, you ain't even gotta think like that. It's always something good though. About your situation, like what you can learn from the situation, how the situation made you better, you know.
Yeah, because the situations, they don't come to make you bitter or worse. They come with a lesson. They come with, and sometimes I think in situations, people, they feel like, oh, this is the worst, and that's the attitude that you have about it, and then that turns into exactly what you're saying. And it may have never been like that, but that's the way that you're thinking about it, and that's what you're gonna get. So your attitude, having an attitude, I say having a good attitude about everything. I don't care if it is a sip of water. Being grateful for that. When you realize that life is not always promised, but you have been given a gift to be able to fulfill the purpose of it.
Exactly.
So if something does not feel right, that is a direct indication that you're off track. Like you gotta get back on track. And you just make adjustments. And the things around us can always be a direct indicator of what's going on. Like, okay, transition, move, go that way, do this, do that. But if you got a bad attitude and you salty about everything, you can't even go in the store, you fussing everybody out, you get mad, road rage. People have road rage, they go crazy. Like, come on, that's not even cool. Life is real.
Very much so.
You know?
Very much so.
And I don't even think it's what appears to be. What you think it is really not that.
What you mean?
Like, people think, oh, she got more time on earth than I did, or they died young, or no, your time is based off of what you do. Like, I think everybody is given the same amount of time. It's just what you do with it.
Absolutely. You gotta get up. You know, if we know that time supposedly go by fast, you don't wanna, that's not the best way to create, that's not the best way to be, like, in a negative attitude. So I mean, you get to choose your attitude, no matter the situation.
Absolutely.
Like, your attitude ain't nobody else's fault but yours, man. You Just don't perpetuate that all for nobody else to make yourself feel better, because there ain't nothing positive coming back to you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You got something else, man?
That's it, man.
I'm low.
This is Key, and we're Low Key.
Like, comment,
And subscribe.
hit the like button and notification bell.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see y'all at the next video.
Peace.